I think I would have thrown down some good times. Honestly, I think I could have medaled in the 4 free.
Welcome to Social Kick. We got the full crew. I'm Brian Lundquist. He's Dr. John Mullen. We've got Luke back from wherever Luke's been, cheering for number 6'9", at football games, traveling for work, and he's just in time because we've got the man. We've got the 16-year-old phenom, Luka Mijatovic. What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you guys for having me.
Can we talk about all that hardware on your wall? Have you saved every medal that you've ever won?
No kidding. Have you ever won a race, man?
Yeah, these are mostly from when I was like 10 and under, like 11, 12 era. I kind of stopped collecting them after I like turned 14.
I mean, that's kind of happens.
Luke's got some show and tell.
I just got this I got it for Christmas. It's like to hang on your medals, dude. Like
My dad made the poles in the back to hang it up.
See, mine's not long enough for Luka. This is a Luke, and Luka needs like this long.
Dude, I remember famously in my family being like 12 or 14 years old, and at some point, and this is like summer league or like, you used to get ribbons and stuff like that. But I remember at some point, like all my ribbons were blue. And I remember telling my mom, like, gosh, I wish they would like change the color of the first place ribbon so I could like get a different color.
I used to, we have like this meet. It's called 10 under champs, and it wouldn't be like medals. It would be like the blue ribbons as well. So like after the meet, I'd end up with like 10 blue ribbons, and I thought that was like amazing.
I mean, that is amazing.
Yeah.
And you were right. Yeah. So, all right, dude. Go ahead, Luke. What?
I was gonna say, what's your favorite medal? At your age, I had my one favorite medal. It wasn't necessarily like the first gold, but what's your favorite medal behind you? Do you know?
Probably 2023 Summer Juniors when I broke 8 minutes for the first time in the 8 free. Nice. I feel like that one just meant a lot to me.
Nice.
That's a long way. Well, you're talking to 3 sprinters here, so we can't relate to 800 freestyles. But once you get in the 200 range, now that's events that we've done. So
wait, you got a medal just for finishing, right? That's all you just get a medal for in the 800. It's like, good job, it's over. We're thankful.
Yeah.
Honest question: how do you feel about everyone gets a trophy? How do you feel about participation medals and trophies?
I don't hate it, to be honest. Like, I feel like they worked hard to get to where they are, so why not just get like a participation trophy, I guess.
All right.
Well, you're giving them more credit than I would. I don't think everybody worked hard to get to where they are. We used to call those who did not work so hard to get where they are t-shirt collectors. So, all right, man. We ask our audience at Social Kick Swim on Instagram and YouTube for questions for you. So we're going to go through a few of them here in no particular order. This one's from Gore Kovenko Ostap wants to know, what time do you go to bed?
8:30.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What time do you get up?
Because when we have morning practice, I got to be up at 4:45. But last season it was 4:15 I had to get up because our practices were earlier. Because we have to get to the pool 30 minutes before practice to set up the landlines and take out the tarps and switch it to long course.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's a different kind of high school experience. I'm telling you, early. That's pretty early. Well, we just talked about this on our last catch up, is that none of us did high school morning practice. I went to 5 total morning practices in high school. Oh, you did, John? I thought you said you didn't. How many, was it a regular thing?
Yeah. We had 2 swims and 2 lifts in the morning. So 4 mornings a week.
Oh, geez.
Did your high school not offer mornings?
Mine. So we didn't do high school training together. When I did high school swimming, it was like you just kind of like a ringer, essentially. You just race for the high school. But like during, so I'm with our club team, and they did offer some morning practices, but it wasn't like the standard that you went. The hard workout was in the afternoon, and I always just like prioritize sleep, honestly. Yeah. So, yeah. But I also didn't have the discipline to go to bed at 8:30. I was too busy chatting up friends and stuff late at night. So, it's a different level now.
I don't know if I would have continued swimming as long as I did if I had like what you do, 11 workouts a week and stuff at age 15 and 16. It would have been hard to keep going.
Yeah, it is rough, but but it's definitely worth it.
Some people are built different, Luke. Some people are just built a little different.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right, let's continue on with some of these audience questions. This one's from our pal Neophyto Shara, wants to know, when is Larson Jensen's 400 free record going down?
For For which age group? 15, 16?
I assume he's talking about the American record.
Yeah, I think American record.
Hopefully sometime next summer. I think that's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be like a fight between me and some other swimmers.
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's been so many Americans knocking on the door for so long that to have somebody like you at your age be able to be like in that range, and
Yeah.
You'll put Aaron Shackle in this group too, like what he did at Olympic trials to go, as fast as he went. Those there's kind of this next crop, right, of you guys, Ryan Arisman in that group too, like that are just going to keep on taking that event further down. So we're all excited to see that. This one's from.
Wait, before you go there, talking about Larson Jensen, that was me with him in the summer.
Is that open water?
Yeah, so I was in Hawaii, and we were at a Hawaii swim, and I was watching my niece swim in Hawaii, and the results came out, and then in the 35 to 39 age group winner, Larson Jensen. I was like, wait a second, what? And he shows up, and he's won the age group. So it is Hawaii open swim. We had Larson Jensen there. We had Robert Margalis also swimming with his sister, who also swam one woman. Watching on was Melanie Margalis, and who is she married to? Nick Fink. All of them are on the beach at the skin. And see Larson Jensen still swimming fast and just rocking it. Look at that. For those who are listening, I'm showing a picture of me and him in Hawaii this summer. Still fit.
That's a crazy lineup to be at an open water meet.
Exactly.
And all just random,
Yeah.
Small world moments.
Exactly.
It's pretty wild. All right. Let's see. Where was I going with this one? Okay. This one's from SNY Spring. Wanted to know, will you keep the 1500 as one of your main events, or will you focus more on middle distance and down?
As of right now, I think I'm focusing more on middle distance and down. I'll definitely swim the 1500 just for like reps and like just to practice it for my 800 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think for now, middle distance to 800 is where I'm looking for.
All right. Yeah. Well, speaking of all the things that are on your racing calendar and how you get there, this one's from Chlorine Representative wants to know very broadly, Luka, how do you become so fast?
Just hard work, I think. Just like staying motivated with my teammates and coaches, and just coming to practice every day, like motivated to come and train hard.
But like, when did that start? Like, what was your first? Do you recall your first, like, oh, I'm good at this kind of moment?
Probably when I was 13. I think like when I moved up to Steve's group. It was 2022. It was December. I broke my first 5 free nag. I went 424, and I was like, I came into meet with like a 429. So I was like, I did not expect to go that much. And I went 427 in the morning, and I was like, damn, that was pretty easy swim. And I was like, I think I have a lot more tonight. And little did I know, I broke the nag, and I was really happy with that one.
Yeah, I mean, just for more context here, Luke, Brian, and I used to swim at Los Gatos High School, and this was maybe around COVID when we switched there. And I swear you were on Santa Clara back then, and you and your mom and parents were swimming in lane 1, working your ass off way back when. So it's not like it just happened overnight, right?
Yeah. I was in Santa Clara basically my whole life until I was 10. That's where I grew up and where I started swimming. When I have my Sharif, you all know Sharif, a lady. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We all swam mixed relay when we were 10. We broke the nag. I think that's when like our names started getting out there a little bit.
Yeah.
So are you saying that he trained with us for a couple of sessions, John, technically?
I mean, in theory.
We're basically teammates.
He was in lane 1.
Exactly.
Yeah, we were teammates. And did you say I used to beat him in practice? That's what I heard? All right, good. That's all we said.
That's unconfirmed, Luke. I'm pretty sure 10-year-old Luka was beating you.
Oh, I can confirm that, but I think Luke's fishing for you to give some credit to the value of doing social kick in your training and how that leads to nags down the road. So
exactly.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it. Well, I mean, hey, what then was What like came next in terms of your like goal setting and thoughts about your future in swimming? And I'm curious too, like how you think about like your progression and what keeps you coming back. The consistency and doing things the right way. It sounds like you're mature beyond your years for what might be typical, and for somebody to adopt those kinds of practices and a way of operating is no surprise that it would lead to some results. Now, whether or not it's like making the world championship team as a teenager is a different sort of thing. But I'm just curious, like, what seed got planted in those early days that kind of continued to level up your relationship with swimming, and what is your relationship with swimming now?
Yeah, so I think just growing up, like watching Michael Phelps swim, like I feel like everybody grew up watching, and they're like, oh, I want to be there one day, get all those world records. So I feel like when I was little, I just seeing Michael Phelps swim kept me hungry for the sport, and just like kept me motivated throughout my early swimming careers that I want to be there one day. And then once I started going up and up, I just saw like the newcomers like Rex Maurer, Aaron Shack, like seeing all those guys do something that I thought I could do, just kept me motivated and practice every single day to achieve those goals one day.
Any down moments?
They're definitely, like, I feel like everyone has down moments. There's definitely been down moments. But all those down moments come with up moments, which like bring me to where I am today.
I remember driving back from Tahoe with Brian once, and I don't know what was going on, but Brian's American record in 50 fly got broken that day by Caleb.
Yeah.
And I remember Brian like reached out to give Caleb a message of congratulations, congrats, dude, wicked swim, etc. And that happens a lot, right? Like the former world record holders, American record holders would call up the new record holders to say congrats, well done. Does that happen with nags? And what's some good messages or phone calls you may have gotten for breaking somebody's nag record?
I don't think there's been any for nags, but at 2024 Penpax, Kato Ledecky texted me just to say like good luck and congrats with how I've been swimming and just keeping it up. I think that one's like pretty noticeable.
Of course.
So is that like a save that text or star that text type of moment, or what do you do with something like that? Print it off and put it on the wall?
Definitely smile at it for a little bit, read it a couple of times because, she's the GOAT. But, yeah.
And we're talking about down moments. I mean, you've been with Steve, I think it's Marcelli for a little while here with Pleasanton and his top group, and he's notorious for being a pretty hard trainer. So come on, there's got to be some down moments of tough workouts or just when things aren't going well.
Yeah, there definitely is tough moments. I think just like bad practices, like when there's like really tough workouts we have, definitely like maybe puke in the trash cans a couple of times. But other than that, it's just awesome to be in a group with Coach Steve and just my teammates in general. Like the bad moments at practice, there's definitely some, but the teammates like we have on my team kind of cancel out the bad moments because we always like laugh about. We go to the lockers and we'll start like screaming at each other about the bad workouts. But yeah.
All right. So I was a sprinter. As we mentioned, we all were. So there's a lot of lactate sets that will push you to the point of puking. But there's only one set that I can think of in my history that I actually puked in, which was pasted all over the internet in the early flow swim days. What were yours? What are the sets that make you puke?
I think it was after nationals. It was 5.2s. It doesn't sound hard, but it was 5.2s long course max effort, and I was on 8 minutes, I think. And I was like at the third one, I couldn't feel my legs or my arms, and I was like fighting for my life. So at the fourth one, right before I was about to get on my blocks, I swore I was seeing stars, and I run over to the trash can and I just puke it out.
So let's hear some of these times. I mean, if I were to do a set like that, it would have been like best time +2, best time +6, best time +50, best time +104. It's just like, and then maybe backwards. We dip back down. Exactly. Yeah. So what are you going on like 5.2s like that? Are you able to hold it consistent, or what are you going?
No, so the first one I started off at 151, I think, and then I was 153, and then it just went up from there. It was like 154, 154, 155. It was like,
Oh, look at that.
but like I like gave it everything I have on the first one, which what coach wanted me to do. But like after that first one, I was like, I don't know if I can hang on much longer.
It's so filthy when you have to give it all in the first one and then everything after that. Do you
the lactic acid was rough?
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Do you guys ever take it on deck, and do you know what your highest ever lactate reading is?
No, we don't. We have lactate testers. Someone in our group was doing it because she was getting high lactate, but I haven't ever taken a lactate. I should probably start doing that though, just to see how much lactate I'm getting.
Hey, I heard, so we did the sets all the time, and we always went off the blocks. And I read or listened to something recently, I forgot who said it, a set like that. He's like, don't dive off these blocks, because when you're diving off on these sets, you're not getting a good dive. Nobody's going up proper, solid dive and good technical dive off. For all of us, what do you guys think about this? Should you do dives off these? Because on number 5, you're just like, going.
Yeah, you're just diving to dive.
Dive, yeah.
Well, for us, most of the season we don't have blocks. Like we have to jump off the gutter because we have we have blocks on the short course side, but then on the long course side we don't have it that much. But in the summer we'll definitely have it.
Yeah.
But like in all honesty, like I stopped giving effort on my dives after the third one where I can't feel my legs anymore. So I think I definitely need to work on trying to push through my legs a little bit more on the dives.
I mean, we used to do this crazy set, like 3 1,000 IMs off the block. And I'd be like, why are we doing these off the block? What a joke. I was more worried about my goggles leaking because I'm like, if it leaks, I'm going to just stand up and fix it. I'm not going to do 950 IM leaking there.
Yeah.
But I think, Luke, it depends. Are you working on start mechanics, or are you working on just making this as miserable as possible? Because getting out and going off the block makes it more miserable. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, but then you have less time you have to swim. That's like 10 less meters I have to suffer. But it's
way worse to go off the block, though. I don't know. I think it's way worse off the block.
Oh, I disagree. I'll take that momentum every time. Give me that.
I think I'm taking the momentum too. It still sucks, but like if I can jump off to 15 meters, that takes away a lot more swimming.
100%. I do think it matters though what the intent of the set is, Luke. I think there's like a time and a place for. And obviously being like more sprint oriented, a lot of the training that we might have done was way more heavily weighted on the details, and every rep matters. And if at a certain point, like, do you fatigue so much that you're training your neuromuscular system to have bad habits versus good habits, so you might as well just walk away. I've definitely had those, where like my foot is raw from doing starts and I can't get any explosive power off the block anymore. So like, I'm just getting slower. What am I doing?
Yeah.
So there's that, but then I think there's some workouts where the focus is really on aerobic or some anaerobic component and a mental component to it as well. And so it's like, it's really not about the perfect technique on the start. And sometimes you're just training like a different thing. And I think, all programs have some mix of those things. And so maybe this is just one of those. Yeah.
And Luke, are you making a dig at Luka's starts here? Come on, man. Being like, hey, you're doing too many of these starts and these dive sets. You're popping up behind in this 2-free against these 30-year-old guys.
I talk about your starts. I don't know. I haven't realized what your starts, Luka. There wasn't a dig on his starts at all. How often do you guys work on starts? And is that a weakness you see or a strength you can build on?
I think it's definitely a strength I can build on. We can't really it's not really accurate if we work on dives because we have the little square blocks, square blocks. So it's like we do dives, but it's not going to be like accurate to where I'm doing at like nationals. I honestly don't think my dive is bad. I think just my underwaters off the dive are not the greatest. So like when I'm going up against these guys, I get left behind, which is something I'm trying to work on. But definitely something I can improve on is my dive,
John, kind of question for you. How can you work on your dives without having a proper block? Like what can you do in the weight room? What can you do to help make sure that when you do get a good block, you're kind of prepared?
Well, listen to him. He said his dive's good. It's underwaters that need some help, man. But no, I think, yeah, you can work on a few things. I mean, I think it depends where your limitations are on your start, right? Is it the entry? Is it the explosiveness? Is it that kind of transition? Because you could do things like runners on the side of the pool or more relay starts if you're working more on entry and body position. Or there's different things on dry land you can do to work on maybe just power and explosiveness. But certainly having the blocks is the best way to improve just, mechanical setup on the block, but it depends where the limitations are.
Luka, how were those blocks at Worlds? Because you guys got the red blocks, and were they a big difference for you? How that felt? These guys laugh at the red blocks.
Who's obsessed with these red blocks? No one even knows what they are.
Luka, were they not cool? The red blocks?
They were cool, yeah. It was cool, but like I feel like it's the same as like the ones it was at nationals. I didn't really feel much of a difference.
They're supposed to be different.
Hold on, anybody who's listened historically to our podcast may know, but Luke has went to Masters Worlds in Singapore, and all he could talk about before going there was the fact that they were going to swim in the same pool that you guys swam in at Worlds, and they were going to get to go off the same red blocks, and he would not shut up about these red blocks. And then he got there, and he's all butthurt because they're different blocks. They got rid of the red blocks, and now they're blue blocks. And John and I are like, whoa, who gives a shit?
2 seconds.
I think it's just different color grip tape.
No, they were spongier in front, and there was a light on the block when you guys set off as well, and the handle was different too. That's what I read about. They're supposed to be a lot faster. I don't know.
Hey, Luke, real swimmers don't care about that. That's what I'm hearing right here. Real swimmers, it doesn't matter. They don't even matter. This doesn't care.
I didn't really inspect the blocks like that when I was there. I just went up and dove off of it like a couple of times.
All right, man. Well, let's talk about the World's experience then, shall we? First senior team, huge moment, like I wouldn't call it even a breakout because you've been having good years, for a bit. But obviously, there's like a breakthrough moment in some regards. You obviously got your hand on the wall after that 200 free, and then the 400 free was like an amazing accomplishment at nationals. So just to be on the team in the first place, it's got to be a crazy, crazy thing. But then traveling with the team, doing the whole, travel, the team sickness, and all of that. Just talk us through your World's experience.
Yeah, so it was definitely an awesome experience and learned a lot of stuff. Flying to Thailand, I was like, I didn't expect for all of us to get sick. So I was training completely well. I was training really good actually. And the night before we were supposed to leave, right? It's 3 a.m. I wake up and go to the bathroom, and I like start puking everywhere, and I start having like insane diarrhea, and I like couldn't sleep for the rest of the night. So I text the doctors at like 3 a.m. They gave me medicine, all of that stuff. It was fine until 8 a.m. again. I woke up and I'm back on the toilet and I was throwing up again. And they were like telling me not that I shouldn't fly with them because I was ill, but I was like, I feel like I need to fly because if I get stuck here more, I'm just going to become like trapped here. I need like some fresh stuff, something new. So I fly to Singapore. I'm doing much better already. Like I stopped throwing up, but my diarrhea was like, it was still really bad. I couldn't eat. Like my appetite was gone for that since then I started throwing up to like about the end of the trip. Wow. And then I barely trained up until I raced. And when I go up to race, I'm down 20 pounds. Like I haven't like eaten anything. It was rough. I jump into the pool to race, and like my whole body just like goes numb, and I could like like the first 100, I was like, oh my god, what is going on?
Yeah, I mean, losing that much weight, and I think it's so hard when you're young because you don't have any extra weight on you. You don't have much muscle yet. You don't have much just general fat and at all. So losing 20 pounds is just like zapping you completely. How was it with like the USA coaching staff? Because that's got to be also something that's challenging. It's your first time, with at least the U.S. national team, different coaches. Yeah. What did they tell you, and what were your thoughts on getting up behind the blocks, not feeling your best?
Yeah, they were definitely trying to be supportive as much as they could. I didn't like behind the blocks. Like I thought I like in warm up before I raced, I put the tech suit on, like. My tech suit was too big for me because I was down so much weight, so I was like getting bubbles in my suit. But when I go back, like in warm up, I didn't feel that bad. Like I was like, all right, maybe like a 350. Like I think that. should be fine. And then I go up behind the blocks. I didn't even feel nervous or anything. Like, I honestly didn't feel like I was at a swim meet because I was already gone through this much. Like, I didn't have any expectations. But then I dove in and I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm already so much behind off the dive and everything. I sprinted the first 100 and I was like, okay, I'm like, nah.
Well, now you know what it's like. I think when any of us like think we're going to go off the block or do a meet, because it's like, oh, warm up, oh, 25, I feel good, I'm gonna be able to do 100 fast off the block, and then we all dive in now and we do a 25 and then eat shit, in all honesty. So this is just what it's going to be like when you're 30 years down the line as a master swimmer.
Yeah, it was definitely a good experience though. Like, I learned so much, met a lot of new people. But other than just getting sick, like, I can't really complain about the experience.
What do you think would have happened if you didn't get sick at the meet?
I think I would have thrown down some good times. Honestly, I think I could have medaled in the 4 free. I was like training very well. Like, my body felt really good at Thailand up until I got sick.
Was there a set that you did that was indicative of that? Was it like a broken 200 you did or something that you a week out? It felt good.
It was, so one of the sets was like, it was 40-50s on something, or I think it was on a minute, and it was like 1 fast, 3 easy, 2 fast, 2 easy, 3 fast, 1 easy, and then 4 fast. And it was like I was going like 26 lows to the feet at like 2 pace in a speedo, which I think was pretty good for me. And it was really hot in Thailand, so like continuing like the weather and the water temperature and everything, I think I was swimming really well for me. So I was like really excited about that. And then it might have been like the night or 2 nights after, that's when I got ill, and I was like, no, you can't be serious right now, because I was like one of the last people to get sick at the training camp. There was people who got sick a couple of days prior, and I was like, all right, I gotta like be careful and everything. And I was trying to be careful, like I was taking care of my body and everything, but it just happened.
Who stepped up as a leader? Like any of the captains who rallied you guys, give you guys inspiration? Any wise words that you heard from anybody in the team that helped you guys?
Yeah, definitely like Bobby Fink and Michael Andrew and Carson Foster. We came together as the guys and we just talked. It was like there was nothing we can do about it. We all got sick. It was out of our control, but all we could do was just take it one step at a time, like take care of our bodies, keep an open mind. Like, you never know what happens. Like, the last night, the girls broke the world record, which I don't think anybody expected, which was like, I think it kind of showed like everyone, like, doesn't matter how you're feeling, you can still swim pretty fast under how ill you are.
So I guess no pun intended, but I'm going to use the word. How hungry are you now?
I'm starving. Like, I have a lot to prove. I think not to like everyone, but I think just to myself. Like, I know I can be a lot better in the next coming months. I've never been this like more hungry to like prove something.
Yeah, it almost seems in a roundabout way that this could be a positive, right? And say you went and got a medal. Yeah, things are going well, but it may not have left such a desire in your stomach here coming up for Pan Pacs and LA 2028 coming up. So I guess, was it like right back to training when you got back, or did you still take a break, or what was that transition after, obviously a disappointing Worlds because of sickness?
Yeah. I think it was about like a month off I took just to recover my body and like get all the weight I gained back or I lost. And then 4 weeks ago, I think, is when I got back in the water, slowly just bringing it back up. I think this week and the next couple of weeks, I'll start ramping it back up just because like of my visits. I'm not trying to like over push my body because I've been out of the water already with my visits as well. So I think this coming week, fully just going to start ramping it back up, just grinding until championship season.
So when you're there, you got to watch and you got exposed to other athletes, of course. You got Popovich and you got, everybody there, 339, 400 freestylers there. what kind of lessons did you learn, or how did you see how somebody was in the ready room or prepare behind the blocks, or did you see stuff that you were exposed to, get exposed to usually on the world scene, that you learned and like, oh, dude, I'm gonna take that and go with it?
Yeah. Honestly, like I think just how they take care of their bodies, like before they get in the water, they'll all do like stretches for their shoulders, for their muscles and everything. I still don't do that. Like I'm just the type of person like swim arms a couple times, get in and do a warm up. Also them just like getting massages on the tables and everything. I haven't really been exposed to that at all. So I think just taking that from them, trying to incorporate it as much as I can. As well as just like them staying like in the ready room, they all look pretty calm, like not really showing too much emotions, just trying to take that from them as well and just trying to incorporate it into mine swimming as much as I can.
Does anybody out there know who you are? We obviously know who you are because we follow you on swimming. But was anybody out there from Europe or Australia or what have you that you were surprised that they knew who I was?
Well, I've talked to Sam Short a couple times. Like me and him have met and talked. I think just I caught up with him a little bit at Worlds.
Nice.
Ahmed Joadi, I talked to him a little bit, and like Zalan. That was kind of cool, like just to meet the best guys in the world and just to talk to them. It was awesome.
So you got Ahmed recruiting you to Florida, Zalan recruiting you to IU. Is that how all this is going now?
I wouldn't say that. I think we just talked a little bit. Just like introduced each other, just talked about swimming a little bit, our life as well.
Yeah. And you've been going on some recruiting trips, right? Could you tell us, I guess, where you've been and what that's been like thus far?
So I visited Cal, Texas, and Indiana. All three amazing schools. It's going to be, when it comes down to make a decision, definitely not going to be an easy one. But also it's been like, a lot of people take like 5 visits and everything, but like 3 is still very draining for me. Like just hopping on the flights back and forth. Luckily Cal was like pretty close to home, so I didn't have to fly for that. But like flying one day, coming back like 2 days later just for 2 weeks was still pretty rough. Like I can't imagine how kids have it when they have to fly 5 different times.
Yeah, we were talking with Riley Ayersman about trips recently, and yeah, it's just exhausting, especially when you're on, she's in Florida, you're in California. Yeah, you had Cal close, but I mean, going to Texas and IU are pretty big trips. So 3 trips is all you're doing? Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah.
I'm calling that 3.
Yeah.
Did you and your family ever consider going pro at a young age?
I don't think so. I kind of know that I want to go to college and just experience swimming in college. I think that's like what I've seen, like what we talked about and what we're going to continue doing. Unless something changes as of right now, I'm going to be swimming in college.
Nice. How do you see your like professional / college future? The world that you're living in is a different world that we experience with, sponsorship and able to monetize, your likeness and kind of be a professional sort of while you're in college. So like, how's that kind of merging in? Is it even a focus right this second, or are you kind of like, you can only think about one thing at once, make the college decision? Or do you also have some things like cooking on the sponsorship front? And like, I don't know, do you have any dream sponsors?
I think right now I definitely have dream sponsors, but like as of right now, I think just making a college decision is the most important. Like compared now to a couple of years ago, there's a lot more opportunities for athletes or like swimmers to get more money, just because like swimming compared to football, you can't really get as much money for swimming than like football players. But now like swimmers can get, I feel like, a lot more money than like we I feel like we deserve a lot more money, like than we actually get, which is like, I think it's a lot of people are starting to get more money. But yeah, I think just making a college decision as of right now is like what's been on my mind the most.
I was going to ask you, when I advise kids about going to college, I advise what kind of, are you okay being away from home? Do you want a big city? Do you want a college town, etc.? But now I'm thinking about you. And when I went to university to swim, I went from being like by far the best swimmer on the team, on my club team, to going out there and being the worst swimmer, or being like and not having the attention, not being the star, and and the coach wasn't giving me the one-on-one attention. And I thrived on that, and I wanted that, and it was all that pressure, was freaking hard, but I wanted to be like challenged, and I got there eventually. You are possibly going for a similar situation. You are having the top on the team, and you are the big dog in a small pond of Pleasanton, to be honest.
Yeah.
And you're going to go to an environment where there were record holders on the team and gold medalists. How do you feel about going to an environment where it's going to change the dynamics of your coaching and who you're training against?
I think it's awesome, honestly. Like, just me not being at the top anymore when I go to college, it's just going to keep me hungry and wanting to chase the kids in practice. When I was little, like, I was not the fastest in the group. I would always be chasing the fastest guys. I would be sprinting the whole practice to be behind them. I'd purposely go into the fastest kids lane, go behind them, and just sprint after them. And I think if I can do that same stuff in college, it'll be awesome. I think it's all just going to keep me mostly just hungry and wanting to. I feel like if I'm going to college not being the fastest, it's going to just keep me hungry and pushing myself every single day of practice. Even if I want to slack off a little bit, I can't do that because there's going to be other kids who are pushing it to the max or feeling better than me that day.
I was reading like some article headlines when we were preparing for this conversation with you, and I saw something. I don't know if this quote is true about like you saying something, to paraphrase, that breaking a Phelps national age group record doesn't make the training any easier.
Yeah.
And I wonder, but like having people to chase in practice, I feel like does make the training a bit easier because you've got that like carrot out there, rabbit, so to speak, for, your how to measure improvement. Coming from behind is way easier than being chased. I think so. Even though it hurts still, like a lot,
it hurts a little bit less.
It does seem like it hurts a little bit less. So
Yeah.
I could feel there being, some appeal to having that. Do you feel that like that mental, difference between the two? And like, I don't know, who are some of the people that maybe you were chasing in the World's Prep?
Yeah. So in the World's Prep, I was like, I kind of had to train on my own a little bit just because each college program had quite a few summers. So I'd have to do my own workouts, which was rough. Swimming by yourself is not always fun, but I had to do what I had to do. Like at home, I've been kind of used to. I do have swimmers that can push me a little bit, but most of the time I have to push myself against the clock. But when I go to college, like I go somewhere where there's kids faster than me, it's gonna be a lot easier. Instead of me being in the front, people chasing me, I'm behind, and I have to chase them to surpass them. It's gonna be a lot more easier. Like it's not gonna be easy, but it's going to be easier than having to be in the front getting chased.
Yeah, when I think about the schools you were considering, first I think, fuck IU. I mean, as a Purdue grad, I got to say that. Second, though, Texas just sounds like, hey, they've got tons of middle distance freestylers. They have great swimmers there. Not that other ones don't, but it just all lines up to Texas in my head for you. But I guess what's important to you, or what are you looking for your college and next steps?
A Canadian winter, Montreal winter, McGill. What are you talking about?
I think just like the team environment, just like how I can fit in with the team, as well as like the coaches, like the connection I can build with them. Yeah. I think that's just the most important part, because I'm not trying to go to a school and be like, I'm not connected with the coaches at all. Like I can't talk to them comfortably. Like I think just having the connection with the coaches and the team is the most important part for me.
What's the goal for this coming year? Settling back into the fall. What's on your radar now?
My radars right now is U.S. Opens. I'm going to be training. That's going to be my taper meet. I'm going to be training up until then. Hopefully get my revenge from last year. But yeah, I think that's going to be my biggest focus this year. And then next year, probably just making junior Pan Pac team. And then getting my revenge for there as well.
Are you going to keep someone high school? With someone with your caliber, I'm like, man, what is there even left to do at these high school meets? But are you still planning on doing it? And do you have any goals if you are?
Yeah, I've thought about that last year and this year and my senior year. I'll have to see when it comes time to make that decision. But I think like as of right now, I don't see why not. There's not really a major international competition this year for me to, be 100% trained, like locked in for. So I think this year, maybe for high school season, I'm gonna try and something different that I'm not used to, like not the 2 and the 5 free, like try some random, like maybe like the 2 IM 1 free. Like I don't see why not. So I think just like test out my options to see what I can throw down. It'll be fun too.
You gotta start promoting yourself. You should do like a raffle or some random thing on your social media. Like, what should I swim at high school states, and what can I go?
Throw like a bunch of events into a thing and just like
put
a
wheel
poll
or something.
Crowdsource
and whatever two events come out, I'll swim at states.
Let's play a game called "What Event Can You Win?"
Yeah, exactly. What would you be most worried about getting pulled in that?
Definitely like the 1 breast and the 50 free. I think those like. It's like hard to compete, and I'm not that good at breaststroke. And the 50 free, our states in like Cali are really, really good at the 50 free. So I'll be a little bit worried about that.
Are there any events that you think that you've definitely done them for the last time in your career? Is breaststroke amongst those? You'll never race any breaststroke event again?
Well, on our team, we have to swim every event, short course, like every single event. In the season, so like the kids like who don't want to swim the mile, we have to swim the mile and 1,000. But if I had the choice, I don't think I'd swim like the 2 breast ever again, or like the breaststroke events. And honestly, like maybe the 1 back as well. I don't really like the 1 back that much.
So you're great at the 200 through the mile. But do you feel like there's a sweeter spot for you that's not an event like the 300 or a 500 long course or 600? Like, do you think the events you have are like really good for you, or you'd be better at a different length?
Honestly, I think I could throw down a pretty good 150 free and a 250 free and the 300 free. I think I could throw down good times because I like 150. I'm not that strong or like big to swim 100 free, but I think if I had that extra 50, I could probably throw down a good time.
What do you like more, the 5 free or the 4 free long course?
That's actually a good question. I don't know. I feel like maybe the 4 free just because there's less walls. Short course, my walls are terrible, and I was just like I lose so much speed on that. So long course, I have more swimming and less flip turns and stuff like that.
Nice.
I thought you were going to say that just because of the underwaters and turns. So what are you doing to work on those underwaters? You've mentioned it a few times here. That's kind of a point to work on.
Yeah. I just I practice just keeping like 3 steady kicks underwater, even when it's like hard at practice. Like even if I go a little bit slower, that's fine. Over time, I'll be able like my legs will get stronger. I'll be more disciplined to do it. Honestly, like last season, I was super bad about it. Like I told myself I'd do it, but then like when the set got hard, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't do it." But this season, like I really have to start doing it and pushing myself to do it, even when I don't want to.
Were you watching NCAA's a couple of years ago when Leon went 402?
I was 15 basically off every wall. I was like, how do you have first of all, like lung capacity to do that? And then how do you have the leg strength to do that?
Yeah, I think everybody was thinking that. And then even afterwards, he's like, yeah, my legs hurt. We're like, well, no shit, your legs hurt.
Yeah.
That was such a fun race. God, I had so much fun watching that race. So much like, oh, what is he going to go? And then, wow, that was so exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we spoke to him right beforehand, didn't we? And he had said he does 11 off each wall. 7 off each wall in practice. Every single wall, he does 7 off every single wall, even in warm-up. Was that not what he told us? Which is insane.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he works for it.
Man. Yeah, so that's I'll take your 3 that you're doing, and I'll see you. I'll raise you with 7 kicks. Every wall. Yeah, I don't know how you have the lung capacity to do that. What's something that you have to do in practice that you hate doing?
Dolphin kicks.
Yeah, but also like we have like to breathe every 3s, and like we have breathing patterns that we have to do. In the beginning of the season, we were having to breathe every 5 a lot, which was like we didn't go like fast. We had to do like fast stuff, but like breathing every 5 all the way through. And I'm like, like that just gets me so gassed because I'm usually like every other type of guy. But for the sake of my shoulders, I try and breathe every 3 as much as I can at practice when we're doing like the easier stuff. But breathing every 5, it's like like you get really really tired. Like you take a breath, but then you hold your breath for 5 more strokes, and when you're going fast, it catches you, and you get really really tired really fast.
Yeah, one of the hardest sets that I ever did was with Eamon Sullivan and his training group, who was the 100 free world record holder at the time, or 50 free. Maybe he had both. I know he had the 50. Anyway, we did this like 21s short course meters, and they were, best average, but it was breathe every 4. And you just had to stay on every 4, no 2s at all. And man, that component made it so much harder. And I also, when you were saying that, it reminded me that I think I heard Phelps say at one point that like a deal he made with Bob after either '08 or London or something was, I'm retired from Lungbuster. No more Lungbuster type of sets, like similar to what you're describing. It's just like, okay, no more of that. I hate that. Let's compromise. You might like it, but sorry, coach, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, we do. We'll do like sometimes just like 50s, having like 1 breath a lap or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like sometimes our coach will just like throw at us like a 300 underwater dolphin kick. You get like 1 breath per lap. Those are always like, I guess, lung busters, but they're really really hard. Like you get 1 breath, 1 stroke, and then you can take a breath when you're going in the turn, and it's like underwater 300 dolphin kick. It's really hard.
Yeah, that sounds awful. Okay, so how about the reverse side of that then? What's something that you think is like a key component that you want to maintain as part of your training that you're like really good at, or that you love doing, or you kind of love? It may be hard still, but it's something that you think is really important for the success that you've had.
Honestly, like just doing like simple drills just to keep my stroke, like my freestyle stroke in line, keeping like my catch good. I think just like the simple drills keep it important because when you're swimming fast and you're just swimming like garbage stroke, it's not going to help you. Or when instead of like you just swim a little bit slower, but you keep in focus on your catches, it's going to help you a lot. But also just like I think like aerobic sets I think like are important for me as well, just like keeping my heart rate up. I need that, especially since I'm like training for the 4 and the 5. I think aerobic sets and just like simple drills help me a lot.
Now I feel like I have to give Luke some flowers on this, because before you hopped on, he wanted to ask you a question that John and I both kind of thought was dumb, and now I think is the moment to ask it, which is you were talking about technique and swimming slow technique, and Luke said that there was a pop-off drill. I won't steal your thunder. You ask it, Luke.
Yeah, there used to be a drill called SSS, super slow swimming. Turetsky used to do the pop off, and it's how slow you could swim at 25 with perfect technique. So you had to like have high elbow catch, you had to keep your hips up, but you have to like do it 25 yards in like 30 seconds. You can't stop moving. Do you guys do stuff like that?
We don't do super slow swimming, but we definitely do like just drills like we do like the long dog drill where we do long dong drill, a lot of simple drills for freestyle like that, just to keep our high elbows, keep it like long in the bag. In the beginning of the season, for like the first 4 or 5 weeks, we just focus on drills in the beginning of practice. We do like 1 week of freestyle, 1 week of fly, 1 week of back, 1 week of breast, and we just focus on drills to get our strokes back in line, and then we just continue those drills throughout the season until it like turns into a habit or something like that.
I like it.
Do you have any drill that you think really locks in your specific freestyle, or it really helps you make that connection?
Long dog freestyle.
Okay.
It's like because I can get a high elbow catch in the bottom of the pool, and then my underwater recovery. It just kind of makes you think a little bit. And I think, yeah, for my head position for freestyle, it's been pretty high. Like when I breathe, I kind of throw my head up in the water a little bit. So it's a drill called ostrich freestyle where you like put your head down at the bottom, like you put it down as much as you can, and you breathe every 5. So it kind of like over exaggerates the freestyle stroke a little bit. So when I'm swimming actual freestyle, it feels like I'm not having my head too high in the water.
I like. So besides the days when you looked up to the three of us swimming in Los Gatos pool on a Saturday morning and idolizing us, you seem to know a lot about swimming. Who's out there that you really respect and look up to? Maybe somebody in the States or elsewhere. You like how they train. You like their perspective. A swimmer or a coach. Who's out there that you follow and you're like, yeah, I vibe with that. I learn a lot from that person.
I think growing up, I was a big fan of Caleb Dressel. Like, we swim completely different events, but just like I really liked how he swam. Like, I always grew up like just like ISL. Like, I would always watch him during ISL, like just dominate the underwaters, the turns, and everything.
Yeah.
I'm far from like his underwaters and everything, but I just like his NCs like 17.6 in the 50. Like, I always. Still to this day, I like watch that at school, like just when I'm bored. I don't know. I just grew up liking Dressel a lot.
Yeah, what do you think the best like swimming performance ever is?
Honestly, like maybe Marshawn's 152 2RM. That's like that was like crazy. Or Lucas Martin's 339 for free. That was also pretty crazy.
Yeah, big foundational moments. Huge. And also Leon skipping over 153 is insane.
Yeah. They're pretty recent, but definitely like, or Ian Thorpe as well, like 341 in a Speedo.
Yeah.
That was crazy as well.
Oh, that is pretty crazy. Now you're tugging at Luke's heartstrings. Yeah. All right. We got some rapid fire questions to end for you here, Luka. What's the hardest race in swimming?
Two back long course.
So you're gonna say 100 breaststroke
record?
No, 2 back long course is a leg burner.
Okay. Olympic gold or world record?
Olympic gold.
You get to keep 3 apps on your phone. All the rest of them get deleted. Which 3 are you keeping?
TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram.
Fair enough. All right. Well, let's assume that you kept an AI app on there. What's the weirdest AI prompt that you've used this week?
If I had an AI app, like what would I ask it?
Oh, well, do you use AI at all?
Oh no, like I use it for homework, but other than homework,
all right. Well, let's use a homework example then. What are you asking it for homework?
I'm just asking it like help me solve a problem. That's like I guess that's the weirdest thing I'll ask it.
It's not that
weird. Or I also asked it for like Instagram captions one time.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough.
I feel like that's like pretty. I feel like some kids do that.
What's the longest you've ever swam while holding your breath?
Like an 85, I think.
It's pretty good.
Solid. It's good.
Yeah.
If you could change any rule in swimming, what would it be?
Maybe you can underwater past 15.
Yeah.
How far?
Only for
like unlimited?
No, I think like 20. Only for long course, not short course. If you underwater to 20 for short course, they'll be broken. But for long course, I think 20. I feel like that would be fine.
Okay. If you could only keep one piece of swimming equipment for a month, but you don't get to use any other piece of equipment, what equipment are you hanging on to?
I think I'm hanging on to my buoy.
Interesting. Your buoy. Well, okay. Right on.
I hate fins so much. Because I don't know, they hurt my feet so much. Like after I use them for a little bit, my ankles get like bent like this. I hate the feeling after it.
I hate fins too. What's the most annoying thing that a teammate can do?
Probably sprint warm up, or like sprint like when it's not supposed to be time to sprint.
Yep. Okay. What's the dumb question that you often get about swimming that's like actually you love getting?
Did you win? Like people would just ask me like, did you win? Or because when they ask me like, I'm at like Worlds and they'll be like, did you win? And I'm like, dude, I don't think you understand like what Worlds is.
I mean, it's still a valid question.
Yeah. But like, still like, I just wish like sometimes people understood swimming a little bit more.
Do you guys have superlatives or anything at your high school? And do you think that you're considered as the most athletic?
I don't think we don't have that on my high school, but I think there might be kids that are like a little bit more athletic than me, maybe like the football kids or soccer kids.
Do you think would be like the most embarrassing athletic thing for you to do?
Like a sport?
Yeah.
Maybe like gymnastics. I think gymnastics, I'd probably embarrass myself a lot.
All right. So a water creature, but not a land creature. We got it.
I can play land sports, but gymnastics, not that.
No. What do you think the foreigner free world record will be by the end of your swimming career?
3:34.
Wow.
I think it's gonna drop down a lot more.
Dang.
You swim in 50 years? Jeez. 34.
I think there's gonna be people out there who are coming up, and I think they'll bring it down a lot.
People were stuck at 340 for 25 years, right?
Yeah, but I think there's gonna be like a breakthrough in the next couple of years.
Yeah, if you go 3:45 when you're 16, maybe
10 more seconds in like 20 years.
There we go. He's
All
calling
right.
it.
I know you mentioned team environment was part of your criteria or the leading criteria for your college selection, but let's be honest. How much are you weighing the volume that each of these teams is doing of social kick, and how does that play into your decision?
I think 100% plays into my decision. You gotta have social kick every single day.
You hear that, Bob?
I said, I guess Texas is out. I was wrong. Jeez.
Hey, he's an advocate. He came back on us. We had some good fun with Bob. It was proven to
Yeah,
us.
I like
that
one
they do
practice. I don't think every practice. Come on, B. Don't give him that much credit.
Yeah, but on the other side, Murphy says that they do too much social kick at Cal. He's like, there's too much social kick going on, which I don't understand, but he said that.
I don't know. Josh Eager did post like the world's largest social kick ever, I think. So we got to give him some props for that. Yeah. Hey, man, super awesome to get a chance to talk with you. Thanks for spending the time. You're welcome back here anytime, and we're pumped to get to follow along with your career, man. Thanks, Luka.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Awesome. That's it for this episode of Social Kick. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Hey everyone, thanks for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed this episode of Social Kick and you'd like to see more, subscribe to the channel. And we love talking swimming. We'd love to talk about swimming with you. So leave us a comment and we'll see you next time.